Okay, breaking news, right? It sounds like our activism worked. Donald Trump's Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, will be suspending reforms and initiatives for the post office until after the November election, according to a draft statement that Reuters is reporting on. Great news, right? DeJoy says, I'm suspending these initiatives until after the election. This is being done to avoid even the appearance of impacting election-related mail. We won, right, guys? Except not so fast. Not so fast at all. This is not what it seems. This announcement is the post office will not be changing retail hours. Existing mail collection boxes will remain where they are. No more mail processing facilities will be closed. But notice that absent is the answer to the question, what happens to what you've already done? So there's a couple of different things here that we have to talk about. First of all, at some surface level, I mean, okay, good, right? I don't want to dismiss this as nothing. The activism, the sounding the alarm, the pulling DeJoy in to answer questions before lawmakers, it led to an announcement that more isn't going to be done. That's good, I guess, and we should recognize that. But the reality is that the damage may have already been done. The changes that they've made already have been done in disproportionately blue areas to restrict delivery of mail, to create pileups. And his statement says nothing about, we're also going to undo all of the things we've done in the last 3 weeks. It says they will be suspending future changes until after the election. So I don't know about you, but I'm not particularly reassured by this. He may have already done what needed to be done in the blue voting areas. And this could be an announcement, in fact, to give a false sense of security. So just remember, these people are not our friends. We have no reason to trust them. He has done a huge amount of damage. Some sorting machines have been dismantled. Some collection boxes have been closed. So the idea that this is a victory of accountability where we now don't have to worry about this, we fixed it, we won, guys, now everything's fine with the mail for the purposes of the upcoming election, it ignores reality. And I don't think I'm being too cynical by saying this, although if you think I am, let me know. The other part of this that really needs to be restated is that this announcement is not a license to say, I now don't need to worry and I'll just send my absentee ballot the day before the election and be confident that it's going to be counted. Again, they are not undoing the damage that they have already done, as far as we can tell and as far as has been stated so far. So if it were me, and I am in this position in the sense that I'm voting absentee and I will have to make a decision about how and when I send in my ballot, I would return the ballot as soon as possible if you're mailing it. If you have the ability to drive it to a ballot box, I would do that as well. And that's actually my plan here in Massachusetts. I will be bringing my ballot to City Hall if I ever get it. I told the story yesterday of how I actually still have not received my ballot for the primary, which is September 1. I requested it at this point, something like 13, 14 days ago. And I would encourage other people to just make sure you have a plan that makes sense based on what's happening in your state, based on where you can drop off ballots in your state, and don't make your plan on the basis of a false sense of security from this announcement. That's the most important message, I think. They have done a bunch of stuff, and now they're trying to get everybody to forget about this by saying, hey, you know what? To avoid the appearance of maybe affecting election mail, we're not going to be making any more changes. Well, they've already done a bunch of stuff. We just don't know the full extent of it. We don't know the full extent of what's been taken offline. So we just can't chance it is the point. And at the end of the show today, during the voicemail segment, I am going to be talking a little more about the ballot drop-off situation and how it really varies from state to state. And of course, that also makes this complicated. We're a country of 50 states plus DC, plus some territories, and we have 50 different election systems, essentially, with dramatically different rules in each state in terms of how primaries and elections are done, where ballots can be dropped off, and so much more. So I'm going to address that a little bit more later in the program.